Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, I'm here with my student here. I'm now looking at factorizing using common factors. This is the first time I'm actually doing this type of video as an introduction to common factors, looking at what is the basis for the idea of factorizing, looking at products now. So without any further delay, let's get started. Now look at the first calculation, Amna. Can you see we have 17 times by minus. Okay, so what we got here, we've got a calculate. This here is called a product. Two numbers timed together minus two other numbers timed together. Now, when we factorize, this is like one step into the factorizing of when you're doing algebra numbers. But it's trying to give us an idea. When we have like numbers written like this, we're looking for common factors. Remember, common factors here. Common factors. What's common from this side to that side? What's in both parts? What's common? The number 5. So we have a time by 5 here, and we have a time by 5 here. So when we do factorizing, we pull the 5 out. Because I have 1 5 here and 1 5 here. That's called a common factor. Okay. So the number 17 times by 5, whatever it is, and the number 7 times by 5. So these both sides contain a 5 in there. We pull the 5 out, because that's the same in both. Now what's left over? Let's have a look. So the 17 is left over here, the minus, and the 7. So let's write them in. And then we close off the bracket. And this is how we do factorize. We pull out as much as we can from each side. So this here is a question where the factorizing has already started. It's about pulling out common factors. Now, we're happy with that so far. I'm not going to work in we're not working there. We're just basically rearranging, showing you how the common factors work when we already have the factors written out for us. So the next one, we have 56 times by 12 minus 56 times by 2. So what's common in both these? These both calculations, this one and that one, both contain a 56. So we grab the 56 by the scuff of the neck. We take it outside, we write 56 over here, brackets, and then we copy down now whatever we have left over. So 56 times by 12, 12 gets copied down, not the times by. The times by is already here, it's been coded. The minus gets copied down, and whatever's left on this side gets copied down, 2. Okay, and that's the end of that question. Okay, now I'm going to modify the last question a bit. Okay, this one here, 86 squared plus 86 times by 14. Now in the number 86 squared, what do we have in 86 squared is really what? What does 86 squared stand for? What does it mean? Beautiful, lovely. I couldn't have said it better myself. So 86 squared means 86 times by 86. And then we rewrite the question again. So in a sense, the question which is here in orange can be interpreted here. Now, if you look at the question again now, we find out that we have a common factor. What is the common factor now? There's 86 here, and there's also an 86 here. Pull them out, put them outside the bracket. They're going to be the multiplier. And we're left with, let's change the blue pen. We're left with 86. Add. The add is left over, and the 14. We don't copy out the times. Times already is implied. Okay. So that one was a little bit different, and we had to kind of rewrite the 86 squared as that. Now, in the next question, we have 16 squared times by 18 minus 16 squared. So the common factor that we have straight away is 16 squared is here on this side of the calculation and also here. Now I'm going to do this question in a particular way first to show you the common mistake. I'm going to do this question a little bit to show you what students make wrong, yeah? Are you happy that 16 squared is a common factor? So both sides contain 16 squared. So this side and this side have a 16 squared. So we can pull it out. So let's pull it out. 16 squared. What we left with? Let's have a look. So we left with 18. We left with minus. Now if I put the 16 squared out, what's left over here? None over here. See, the minus is being put there. The 16 squared has been taken out completely. What's left behind? No, on this side here. So 16, 18 is there. There's 18. 16 squared times by 18. When the 16 squared goes out, it leaves behind 18. When the minus gets copied down, the 18 gets copied down. When you take all of the 16 squared out, what's left over on this side now? Nothing. Okay. The student has said quite correctly, there's nothing left here. So, the question I want to ask the student, is that our final answer then? Look at the answer. What's strange about the answer? We've got an answer with a gap. There's no number there. Now, 16 squared times by now, actually 16 squared, there is something, there's not nothing. What is really there hidden is an invisible time by 1. Because 16 squared is 16 squared times by 1. When you pull a factorize, you can't leave nothing behind. There's no such thing in maths as saying, oh, I factorize, then I left behind fresh air. Okay, I call it the fresh air. You can't have fresh air in the question. You can't have a gap. So, actually, what we left behind wasn't nothing. In reality, we left behind a 1. So the answer will be 16 squared multiplied by 18 minus 1 and not 18 minus fresh air. And that's the end of our introduction video. And then we're going to, in the next video, inshallah, we should be launching ourselves fully into the factorizing questions, clip 104, grade C. Are we happy with that so far? Okay, let me give you a couple of questions with that first, and then we'll start the next video.